Yes, it's time for another album ranking. Today we are ranking the obscure underground black metal band Esoctrilihum. That's right, Esoctrilihum released a new album this year which was called Dy'th Requiem of the Serpent Telepath. And it is one of my favourite albums of the year. And I have been going down the deep, dark, gloomy path of Esoctrilihum, and I listened to every single album of his. Esoctrilihum are a one-man band, and Asthagul is the mastermind of Esoctrilihum. Really love all his stuff. I think this band is absolutely incredible, with some infectious melodies that do get stuck in your head. I just love how Esoctrilihum really experiment between black metal and death metal, and all these albums I'm going to mention are fucking fantastic. There is not one bad Esoctrilihum album. This man has incredible work ethic, releasing 6 fucking albums in 4 years, and every single album is close to a 9 and even 10 out of 10. Now, let's get on with this video. Now, before I start, comment below your ranking of Esoctrilihum's albums, and I'm excited. So Esoctrilihum are from France, and Asthagul does all the instrumentals, vocals, drums, bass, and guitar. And of course, French do black metal right. The lyrical themes are overall occultism and darkness. The genre says black metal, but Esoctrilihum really do experiment throughout their albums. So, let's get on with the weakest. The weakest, but it's still fucking good, the Telluric Ashes of the Vrth Immemoral Gods. This album's fantastic, really is, although I just feel that the melodies aren't quite infectious as the other albums. There are some atmospheric passages, and I really enjoy the song Cross of Forth, Lister Still, and Black Hole Exists, and not to mention Aborted Sun, which is incredibly heavy song. Now, I just love the overall elemental surprises on this album, and just the great moments that you are getting. Not to mention, there are some brief breakdowns on this. There are some experimental moments such as death metal and black metal moments, and to end off the album is Torment of Death, which is around close to 10 minutes, but it's a fucking great way to end off the album. Black hole entrance, black hole exit, dissonant melodies along with his vocals. Now, Asthagul's vocals on this album are very demonic, but incorporates really shrieky vocals as well throughout this. But I just feel at times the melodies are forgettable. I just feel that other Esoctrilihum albums are a lot better than the Telluric Ashes of the Vrth Immemoral Gods. Next up is Pandaemorthium, Forbidden Formulas to Awaken the Blind Sovereigns of Nothingness. This is a mouthful, but Pandaemorthium is a great album overall. So I believe this is their sophomore album, and overall the melodies are quite infectious. There's some tribal elements as well, but Esoctrilihum really cipher in their death metal groove on this album. There are some really awesome moments, some doomier moments as well, taken with Rotting Way of Damnation, which has a really infectious guitar riff, along with Prison of Flesh. Got songs like The Holocaust of Fire and the Temple of the Red Oracle. The bloody melody on this is really good, along with The Last Judgment. Although I just feel the Shayog Og Makhthoth is one of these best songs. It really is. Just the crazy, unpredictable moments where you think where it stops and starts in many different sections. Coherence of the song as well. It's quite progressive. There are some great guitar moments. The drums are fantastic, and I just love how heavy this album is. But I just feel that some of these songs don't really do it for me. I just feel like they're fillers. But this album runs about an hour and 8 minutes. It's a good album overall, but there are better albums in Esoctrilihum's discography. Next up is Inhuma. Inhuma, released on October 19th, 2018. And you know what? This album's fantastic, it really is. This is one of his shortest albums, and just the guitar rhythms are so damn infectious in tone. This again cipher-ins more of that black and death metal sound Esoctrilihum have, but there are some more black metal elements on this album. Great songs like Lost in the Storm of Ishka Blood, which is the last song, along with the first song, which is really hard to pronounce. Production on this is actually really good, whereas Esoctrilihum, Pandaemorthium had much more of a rawer production. This had a better production, although I just feel that the next 3 albums are just slightly better in my opinion. This is where we get on to the hardest part of what will make it to number 1. But Inhuma is really good. The melodies are fantastic. You got some great soaring solos as well. Great drum work. It's a very atmospheric sort of album with some synths, also raw in tone. But Inhuma by Esoctrilihum is nothing but fantastic. Next up is Esoctrilihum's album Eternity of Shayog that was released in 2020. This is great, really is. This is very experimental by Esoctrilihum. Great melodies as well, infectious guitar riffs. I just fucking love some of these songs, like the 5th Passage, and the 6th Passage, the 7th Passage, the Eternity of Shayog, the actual self-titled, and the Monotony of a Putrid Life in Eternal Nothingness. So damn good. Songs are a little bit shorter. I really fucking love the instrumental, the 4th Passage, which is the Frozen Soul. The artwork is so damn fucking good. I love the artwork. Running about an hour long, so it's on towards the longish side, but yeah, Eternity of Shayog is definitely one of his best albums, and I didn't even put it in my best metal albums of 2020 just because I didn't discover Esoctrilihum until this year, and I really dived into the Borrow this year, and I love all his stuff. I think Eternity of Shayog is definitely one of the most experimental albums he's done, but we move on to some slower and doomier side of Esoctrilihum, which is Mystic Echo from a Funeral Dimension. But believe it or not, this was released on July 21st, 2017, and it's his debut album. This is just an incredible ride, running about 57 minutes. Great songs like Following the Mystical Light of the Shadow Forest, which is 9 minutes, but he incorporates some incredible black metal vocals along with some really guttural death metal vocals as well. There are some really slow, doomy moments, very gloomy. At times, dare I say, there's like dungeon synth moments as well. His vocals are so damn raw and cavernous at times. Love the song Mighty Darkness, BLTQB, The Black Collapse, which has just an incredible passage that you guys need to hear. That song, Inferno Spiritus, more of those black metal and even death metal vocals mixed in between, and Stadler Soft, really epic and quite doomy and quite dungeon synthy as well. But overall, Mystic Echo from a Funeral Dimension is my second favorite Esoctrilihum album, which leaves one album that is the Creme de la Resistance, and it's Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath. Yes, this is his latest album, and I gotta say, this is the most infectious album by Esoctrilihum. It's basically all the Esoctrilihum albums into one. All his sounds into one. There are symphonic elements, there are San, Hello San, oh da 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 da, along with Baldathar, Ajaku, and even Dy'th Kranag is really such a mystical instrumental. Along Zahik Daimon, which has more of a heavy element. Track 11, Zook Oak, I can't pronounce it, but holy shit. This sounds something out of like a Canal Nathrak. It's so damn grindy, it's so damn heavy, and his fucking vocals are so damn demonic. It just sounds like a basilisk is screaming in your ear. This album is so damn intense, but yet so damn beautiful as well. There are some great moments, like track 5, Ajaku, has more of a doomy riff, something out of like Mystic Echo from a Funeral Dimension. Just love how he takes elements out of Pandaemorthium throughout Dy'th and Immemoral, so you could tell the band is really growing, and I fucking love that artwork. The artwork is amazing, and Esoctrilihum is amazing as well. Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is my number one Esoctrilihum album at the moment, and no doubt probably next year he'll be released another fantastic album. Yeah, this is a band that I really fucking like, and Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is edging closer to be one of my favorite 2021 albums at the moment. Dare I say, it's probably my favorite album of 2021 at the moment, Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath. First, I really enjoyed it as I listened to it over and over again. And by the way, this was my first album by Esoctrilihum. There are no fillers, it's just all killers. And I love how the melodies do repeat throughout this album. Now, what's really interesting about Esoctrilihum is that some of the melodies are quite repetitive, but some of the melodies are quite different as well. Like, I can hear Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath through Eternity of Shayog and even Inhuma. Just the overall chord progression, it's just so damn good. Surely Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is a beast of its own, but it's got some older sounds from the other albums, which makes it even more epic and no filler or killer. I just love how there are black and death metal elements, and also his vocals are very blackened as well. Esoctrilihum are an incredible black metal band, being probably one of my favourite modern day black metal bands at the moment. Askevil's vocals are so damn unique. Every Esoctrilihum album, you always get something different from him, from death metal to black metal, and even incorporate some cleaner vocals now and again, especially through Pandaemorthium and even Inhuma. I just love his vocals. His vocals are so damn good, they are so damn unique, and Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is my #1 album for Esoctrilihum at the moment. So yeah, I'll probably do another ranking for Esoctrilihum next year when he releases a brand new album, but at the moment Dy'th Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is my #1 album. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your favourite Esoctrilihum album. Do you agree or disagree with my opinion? Keep discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.